You know our next guest as the Mortgage Geek. Please welcome back to the show the Vice President of Cornerstone Mortgage Group, Cahan, and both of his special guests from New Leaf Realty, John Lieber and Drake Gawley.
All right, welcome to the show, guys. What's up? How's everybody doing?
Amazing.
All right.
Yes.
Mortgage Geek, what's up, man?
Hey,
how you doing, brother? I got questions for you. We're going to start with you, Sean. The jumbo market. Yes. A lot of people are complaining, from what I'm hearing, about how it's tough to get good pricing on jumbos. It's hard to get jumbo loans done. Loan officers are complaining. Real estate agents are complaining. Tell us what you've got at Cornerstone and what's going on out there.
Well, I'm glad everyone is complaining right now because they should come over to Cornerstone Mortgage Group. We're number one in Zillow pricing right now on our jumbo products. So for San Diego, so we're getting a lot of telephone calls right now. Our average closing, I just did a purchase for a jumbo in 21 days, start to finish. It was not a clean deal. It was a simultaneous purchase. So it's all about structuring the deal. It's all about delegated underwriting. And also it's all, having the backing of hedge funds too, to get that non-QM product that everyone has complained about. They can't go to the big. We have non-QM jumbo that up to $2 million, like cash out $1.5 million at a decent under 5 product.
Wow.
So, and we can do a 30-year fix and a 5/1 arm.
I just have to ask, for an average Joe Schmo like me who is not very well versed in loans, explain what a jumbo market and a jumbo loan, or give me an idea of what that is.
Okay.
So great. So in San Diego right now, anything that is above $580,750 loan amount is considered jumbo. Okay. What the great thing is that we do delegate underwrite for Wells Fargo for their jumbo, and they allow us on the 417 and above. So sometimes we actually switch a product, even though it's like an agency or like a Fannie Mae product of below 580,000. We'll switch it to the jumbo because sometimes that jumbo pricing is actually better than agency.
That's incredible. Never heard of that before?
So they're the only ones, and then that allow us. Chase and everyone else went up to the 580,750 last year, but Wells Fargo still allow you to do that.
Wow.
So you can kind of go back and forth and kind of play the market. Fannie Mae will move every single day. We sometimes get pricing adjustments like 1, 2, 3 times a day. Well, a jumbo product, a true one, won't really adjust their pricing. So sometimes you'll take advantage because it's a slower moving product.
That's great stuff. Do you see why the Mortgage Geek?
That's why.
That's why he's the Mortgage Geek. He knows everything about this stuff every time.
Sorry, Dad.
Great stuff. So if you're having jumbo problems, guys, the solution is sitting right here.
The man.
Right. Sean Cahan, the Mortgage Geek with Cornerstone Mortgage Group. So New Leaf Realty on this side of the room.
Yes, sir.
You guys are East County experts.
I would say so, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing with East County, and Sean, jump in at any point if you have input. It seems as though it's growing very rapidly. And I wonder if this is because, is the beach played out? I don't think so, but it's gotten very, very expensive, right? And so you see people kind of gravitate towards the more affordable stuff, which has been East County, and that's starting to change a little bit as the prices are going up. So I want to ask you both this question. Is it the case that East County prices have gone up too much, too quickly?
I don't feel they've gone up too much, but I know they have gone up quite a bit. The reason being, mainly, I believe, is because the market took such a hit out there, and the pricing had gone down so low. It's grown. It was recognized as it's grown the second highest in the county for increase in value. Okay. And it's, I think, because the pricing was so low at one point that it's gone up so much. But there's still a lot of affordability out there. The school districts are great. I mean, if you look at the school districts now in comparison to some of the other areas, they're 8s, 9s, and 10s again. I think it has to do a lot with that Common Core curriculum that a lot of the schools have implemented now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love working out in East County because there's a lot of opportunity for new home buyers and younger families that are getting into first-time buyers. But they have more options out there that are realistic. You can still buy a house, for $350 single-family home, from east of La Mesa.
Right.
But in most areas, the median house price is like $576 or something like that.
Yeah, no kidding.
So.
Well, you said La Mesa, John Lieber.
Yeah.
What about La Mesa specifically?
Well, one of my buddies always says East County is San Diego's best kept secret.
Yeah.
And so I think it's true. People are catching on. And interestingly enough, East County is very affordable. It really is. But La Mesa in particular, I was looking at the stats, and it's like, wow, the average price in 91941 La Mesa is over $700,000 right now.
Wow.
And that's just gone up so much, and people really are discovering that, yeah, it's a great place. You have a great school system. In fact, Drake and I were at an open house together recently, and someone who is more familiar with the Poway school system says, hey, I can't believe that the La Mesa or the Santee schools are as high as they are. And you pull them up, and everything's between an 8 and a 10 in the school system. So, I think economically you've got people with more money moving into a lot of these areas. The schools are getting better. Everything's really improving. La Mesa is my area of focus, and it's just amazing what La Mesa has become. I mean, we always talk about La Mesa Village, where I know you used to live for a while, and it's like that area is becoming really trendy. It's almost like a North Park, South Park type feel with all the new restaurants and shops. So,
and La Mesa's not really east,
No,
Central,
it's more
it's very central.
the cutoff where you'd consider East County. The border would be San Carlos and La Mesa. So you're more or less one zip code or one street from being Central San Diego.
But with the average price at $700,000, Sean, they're going to need some jumbo loans out there.
Yeah. But then you've got 91942 La Mesa, where the average price is around $500,000. So,
Okay.
and it's not like the neighborhoods are any worse. It's just the homes are a little bit smaller. So there's really, in my opinion, something for everyone there. And as far as the entire county, I think it's a great place where you still can buy an affordable house, or if you want to spend $700,000, $800,000, $900,000, you get a beautiful home on acreage out there for that price.
Yeah, if you go out a little bit
Yeah,
further east.
you don't get that at the beach or North County. You get a tract house for $800,000.
No question. So what else should people know about what's happening in East County then? Because, I mean, from the standpoint of just looking at the stat sheet, you can see prices have gone up. Their prices have gone up everywhere.
Right.
I mean, San Diego's had a great run here for the last 4 or 5 years. What do you sort of expect, or what would you think is in store over the next year or two for East County?
Well, first, New Leaf Realty going big. 'Cause
There you go.
We both left big brokerages and joined up, so that's
That's the first thing.
That's
So the
the
wrecking
first
crew
thing.
is in town.
Domino. The first domino is
Exactly.
No, obviously our goal is to create a lot more brand recognition and exposure out there with New Leaf. I think what we're both building and the accomplishments that we've done on our own and now hopefully together, it's going to be a good business to go to, or a good group of people to go to when you're ready to either buy or sell and move forward from that aspect.
Yeah, I don't see any sort of big decline, even with the Fed raising interest rates. It's like there's still such a demand in San Diego County, and the overall inventory is the lowest I've seen it since I've been in the business. I mean, it's just amazing how few homes there are out there, and you see it picking up a little bit after the first of the year, but it's just so unlikely that we're going to double our inventory or have that many new homes come on the market. There's going to be a demand in San Diego, and it's not going to change in the next 2 years. I think we're going to see a steady increase, and I think prices will just not as much as they have in the last 4 or 5 years with the year-over-year gains, but I think they're going to stay steady, and I would project like a 5% per year increase over the next couple years.
That's pretty hefty. When you're starting at 700,000 price point,
That's good.
I don't have a calculator, but I got Sean here. That's
Last year,
Exactly, 35,000.
year over year was 10% last year, and it didn't really even feel like it. So.
I know, but 10% is a lot, though. That's the thing. You start looking at these big numbers, and you say, "Oh, we're up 7% or it's 13% for the year."
That's
a
huge.
big dollar amount.
Well, I actually had some clients yesterday that I was showing properties to that were from like the East Lake, Chula Vista area, in that area, that were military, that were moving out east because they wanted to get rid of the Mello-Roos, and the affordability was within their price point. So, to your point, I mean, I think there's a lot of families that are starting to recognize that and gearing away from all the Mello-Roos and the expenses that go to really nothing to benefit them. And the schools are considerably better now. A lot of the schools have improved just over the last few years.
All right, great stuff. Well, hey, really appreciate New Leaf Realty.
Absolutely.
New Leaf Realty team coming on the show today. Thank you guys
very
so much
much.
for being
Thank
here,
you.
Sean
Absolutely.
Cahan. Thank you for bringing them. Really
seeing
appreciate all your insight and all your great work on the show. Stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else, commercial free.